Look, if you've made it through that, actually, I thought that was quality conversation. Yeah. Fuck you. If you didn't enjoy that,
go fuck
Sort
yourself.
your priorities out. Bread, milk, cookies. That's the business.
Seriously though, if you didn't enjoy that, I don't think you're going to enjoy the rest of the podcast. Like, go find something else. We're not for you, okay? We're not for you.
We're the funny ones. Fuck you. What else was I going to say? Something about food. My pop. Apparently this is really big, and I've talked about it with some people on the job site, and yeah, some of them know people who've done it, and they had a treat for them was they bought mince from the shop. This is going back like 1970s, I guess. Put mince in a bowl, add some milk and some raw eggs, mix it up, and then eat it.
Uncooked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what do they do?
gross.
Sorry, you're gonna have to talk me through that again because I'm not sure
Rissole.
I heard you right.
Rissole,
Uncooked.
deconstructed rissole.
Deconstructed. No, it's still constructed, just not cooked.
That is a proper post-workout meal. That is protein.
Yeah, hey, people were fucking workers back then. That's what men were men.
People
Girls were
wonder
girls,
why,
none of this
like-
gender shit. No, I'm kidding.
People wonder why. Oh yeah, little correction from earlier in the podcast. When I said genders, I actually meant sexes because there are a number of different genders. So I've heard.
Yet to see
Yeah, not
them.
that
Actually,
we've
I've seen some
experienced them.
things that were neither male or female.
Yeah, I've seen things that can't be explained by any definition.
What were we talking
The
about?
rissole thing. Here's another one. Dad loves this and he still does it. This is an old person, a poor thing. This was what people ate when they didn't have money. Bread, butter, Worcestershire sauce, and eat it.
They wonder why.
I
People,
could almost get around that.
like if you're an older generation
They sit
and
there
you
going,
do any of this sort of stuff, and you're over curious as to why your life expectancy isn't as long as ours, don't buy into it. It's not medical science. It's not our way of it's the way of living. It's the fact that you didn't spend 5 minutes to throw something in a pan. That fucking egg and fuck.
Yeah,
Mince
surely, like,
milk.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. I think my mum said she liked it
Wait, so was it
when she
raw?
was younger. I think so, yeah. I believe so.
Surely not.
No,
Because like if you have egg and mince, I can kind of understand if you cook it up. If you cooked, like you can put milk in with your egg, just scramble it. Like I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll
Full
do that
cream
all the
milk.
time. Of
That's
course.
the only part I'm 100% sure on. The raw part.
Fuck.
Yeah, that like the worst part to be sure on.
Yeah, going back on what Aiden said about the old people, like, fuck them. They're going to Macca's with their grandkids and getting a cheeseburger going, oh, this is shit, processed stuff. I prefer processed than fucking raw. Fucking raw.
Fucking raw. Gordon Ramsay, I know you'll never listen to this. It goes without saying, really.
Yeah.
But
But we're gonna say it anyway.
I'm gonna say it anyway. Massive fan. Massive fan.
Has he been on a Joe Rogan podcast? He should be.
Nah, he hasn't been. I think I had a look. Yeah, it definitely should be. He's got a good story. So,
What's some weird eating habits you guys have had?
oh fuck, I was going to touch on whatever we were talking about 30 seconds ago.
The Worcestershire thing?
Oh, I was just going to talk about the life expectancy thing, but don't mind me. Well, that's for another day. Any weird eating habits?
Like, you
Wait, are we
you
talking-
surely have some weird things because you're a Turk and...
Are we just talking? Are we just talking pure volume, or? Because I mean, like it's exceptional. Nah. Oh, look. I think if you went and seen, like, I think it would be a shock, maybe to. Not a shock. A shock's the wrong word, but to some people, if you went and saw, even just some of what other cultures eat or how they eat it or whatever, like, you view it as weird. Because what you've grown up knowing is what's normal.
What's weird to me is how some Asian cultures eat things, but what they do is they grab, let's say they grab some rice with their hands in cut formation, insert it into said mouth, and then they grab bits of everything else and then do the same and then start chewing. Like, fuck, just put it in one bowl.
It's got to be down to tradition at that stage because you've been shown a better way.
And they all
Like,
share. I can get around that, but fuck.
every meal. Nah.
Yeah,
Most- like,
sometimes I
could do-
really just.
I could do it. Like, don't get me wrong, the sharing thing, I'll get around it, but every meal, fuck that.
And then some, you might think, fuck, this satay chook is good. and then some cunt's just heaving into that. You're like, you cock. Like,
It always happens like when my family goes out to dinner, you know, like or something, someone will suggest like, oh, you know, why don't we just get like a banquet, or you know, we'll just share some stuff. And me and my brother just sort of look at each other. We're like, no, we're getting our own thing. You know, this is what I want to eat. Everybody else can make their own decision. You know, let's just keep it at that. That's the simple way of doing it.
I dig the banquet thing. I like everybody sharing a bit of it. Like, but for me, I look at a menu. I'm like, man, I want to try a bit of that, bit of that, bit of that, bit of that. So,
And
that's
well,
why I'm
yes,
real happy.
sometimes
I'm
that's
always
really
real happy to
good.
share with that sort of shit.
Sometimes it's really good, but other times you're just like, I feel like, you know, you're going to a restaurant. You've been there a couple times. You're like, I want to eat this from this restaurant. I know it.
chicken schnitty,
Pub feed,
parmigiana,
pub feed,
rump steak,
pub feed,
medium well.
pub feed.
Yeah, nice.
We're actually musical
A
artists.
round of applause there.
I've made that joke before.
Yeah, I know.
He was doing the clapping, but
Yeah,
he was moving his hands around in a circle.
The strangest experience I've ever had sharing food, I was with my ex-girlfriend. We got pizza for dinner, went and bought it for the whole family. And I got home, sat on the couch, I'm just eating my pizza, and her mum or dad came over to me and said, oh, what you got? And I was like, I told them, and they just like picked up 2 slices out of my pizza and put it on their plate. That was fucking strange. I was like, the nerve. The fucking nerve.
How dare you?
I'll start paying bills around here if this is the sort of shit I have to live with. Like, at home, everybody will get their own pizza. No one will share. Like, that's just how it is. You get what you want and no one else gets it. If you don't like it, you should have got something else. We don't put pizzas on the bench. People come up with plates and just fucking take what they want, like a high school party. $5 pizza from Domino's.
Sorry to go back onto the bread topic, but pizza's reminded me of
Cheesy
it.
crust. I know you're gonna
That
bring
is
it
what
up.
I'm saying. Cheesy crust, because here's the thing. I hate crust on pizza as well.
Yeah, awful. All crust.
Fucking rubbish. But, mate, cheesy crust, that's a different kettle of fish.
It's something else
It
entirely.
makes it, look, I know it's more expensive, but I actually look at it as more economical because you're eating your entire pizza because you're looking forward to the crust. So, like, I might throw away the crusts of a pizza, but if you get cheesy crust, you know you're guaranteed to eat that full fucking pizza.
I only rate it with dip. To me, it is your bread and it's stuffed with uncooked craft singles because it's never quite warm. It's more on the cold side. It's lukewarm, honestly.
You understand?
It's the
they
last
put
thing
the
you're eating,
cheese
like,
in
you're
the
waiting.
middle of the
Yeah.
bread. Yeah, like it's fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't know.
Crust, cheese.
It's outstanding. I think regular crust would be good with dip.
Apparently
probably.
they do garlic
It's just a
crust now.
breadstick.
Guys, I almost feel like
Oh yeah, I heard
a
that.
pizza with some cheesy crust.
Actually, yeah, fuck. I mean, I'm kind of foolish from all the dip, but I'm gonna eat more dip. Don't get me wrong.
Is this the first time Mum has ever been right? You have filled up on snacks prior to a meal?
Fuck.
This was the meal. I planned on this being dinner.
You purely saying that? She's not right. No.
Well played, Mum. Well played.
Mums can never be right. We can't give them the satisfaction.
Fact.
They'd achieve it too high of a power. It's,
Yeah, they just gave us life.
Yeah.
What were we on about
cheesy crust.
before cheesy crust? Sorry, pizza.
sharing
Weird
pizza.
weird eating habits.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, I swear I've seen you with a couple. I swear I've seen you do some weird stuff. I remember when I was younger, I used to really like carrots and tomato sauce.
Yeah, that is dirty.
Wait, like just carrots and tomato sauce? Like,
Like,
because that is weird.
so,
That's
no,
exceptionally weird.
Fucking disgusting.
So
Raw
I remember.
carrot?
So yeah. So hear me though. Everyone just fucking hear me out for a second, all right? So I was like, I want to say around 10, and like I'd have like you have your meal and have like little carrot sticks on the side. And then, like, you just go, like, you're a kid, you go, fuck it. Like, I was probably, maybe even younger than 10.
Sauce on
Dip the
everything,
carrot
it's
into the
amazing.
tomato sauce. It's fucking unreal. and then I remember, like, going to New Zealand with my mum to go see my family over there. And
What the fuck,
every
bro?
fucking meal, every fucking meal they've got carrot on. And I'm like, you got any tomato sauce? like I almost couldn't, I reckon for 2 years, I'd be disappointed if I was eating carrot and there was no sauce to go with it. But think of how weird is it when you think about it? Like, if I said carrot and hummus, that's not weird.
No, it's
Carrot and even maybe dip it in a tomato relish. That's not weird. Take out the relish. Fuck it. It's just tomato, salt, sugar mixed into a puree. Dipping a carrot in it. When you look at tomato sauce like that, it goes with just about anything, but doesn't it?
I'm just seeing like little Aiden. He's like propped his chair up to the table. He puts down like a cup of like V8 tomato juice and just pulls out like a couple carrots, dips it in, and it just like cracks the carrot off in his mouth, like just munging down, having a great old time.
It was home brand
You know,
sauce of whatever.
yeah.
whatever.
We actually got around to you put your toast in your toaster, it comes out. Well, you put your bread in your toaster, it comes out as toast. Amazing. And you butter it, you nut it. Wish you didn't say that. You put Nuttalex on it. And
No, you do not cheese on your toast.
we just put tomato sauce on it and ate it.
Nah, I've done that before.
Yeah, but
That-
it was disgusting how much David, my older brother, put on.
So, okay, tomato sauce sandwiches are weird. Did you ever have one of them? You put tomato sauce, butter, 2 bits of bread.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's all it is. No, that's all it is. And I remember as a kid going, holy fuck, this will be my snack to the end of time.
My God,
It's
this
weird.
is cool.
It's weird as an adult that you forget that. Like, when you're a kid, you go, man, I'm going to go to the shops and just buy so many fucking Mars bars when I'm an adult. And now I'm an adult, I can go and buy a cake and no one can fucking stop me, but I won't. Like, except for this little voice in the back of my head that's going, Hayden, one's enough. Like,
That the funniest thing about that is you say talking about the tomato sandwich. I'm like, fuck, that's gross. Put a bit of Devon on that. Ooh,
Oh.
delicacy.
And you're on.
damn.
Bit of abo loaf. No, I'll cut that.
So we have to do like an uncut compilation
Racist.
of, like all the bits we've cut that have just been terrible racist jokes.
That was one demographic we never touched upon. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, how did
It's
we
surprising
avoid that
Took us
last
that
time?
long.
It's getting to
Holy.
the stage where like it's hard to tick them off. What else was I gonna say? Oh, dude, something I love and I haven't had in a while. Liverwurst, fucking phenomenal.
What's liverwurst?
Chicken liver as a spread on toast or a sandwich, fucking delicious. I love it.
I don't do liver. I don't even know if I've had liver, like pate of any description, but I don't do filters. Like, liver's a filter. Oysters are like a filter of the ocean. I don't do oysters.
You don't do oysters?
I really
No, I
like
do
oysters.
I
oysters.
love oysters.
Yeah.
Not for
I'm
all.
like the
Only
like
Kilpatrick.
it's my least wog feature. I don't do oysters or liver. But like, bar that, most of my eating habits, I think as I've grown up, like when I was younger, I'd go over to my family's house, like, you know, in like Auburn or wherever, and like they'd have Turkish meals out there, and some like you fucking love, and then soup. I don't really dig soup full stop, but some of the soups were real not for me. Hey, like, just look gross. I just couldn't do it. And I think growing up now though, I could do most of that stuff. Like, I didn't do olives for ages. Now I obviously do olives.
I can't
all
do
that sort of
olives.
shit. Nah, I rate
I love
olives.
olives, yeah.
I rate olives.
You can't. That's one weird thing about Harper's family. They're oddly, like, really into trail mix. Like a
Oh,
bit
you
more
guys
than the
fucking
average
I
person.
love
trail
trail
mix.
mix. Trail mix is just good, and I think I've come to love it so much because it's just such a versatile, you know, high energy, high efficiency like form of food.
Between that and your half loaves of bread while you wait for the chicken to cool down.
Hey, come on.
Bit of copper
Bread
penny
is
salad on
good.
the side.
We talked about that last episode,
Yeah,
didn't we? Okay, cool.
We did. I'm trying to think of like eating habits that I had or just weird things, and I can't really remember any.
I used to eat the core of the apple as well for a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
I've-
girlfriend's old man does that. Core, everything in the apple, the stalk and all.
I eat pretty well the full kiwi fruit.
I can do orange skins.
Yeah,
Mango
I
skins.
used to do orange skins.
Worst.
I could do it, yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I love the smell, and then I bite it. Like, I remember when I was younger, I was like, can't be all that bad. And then I took a bite, I was like, Oh fuck it, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean it's not good, but yeah, I
You didn't take a bite and think to yourself, "This is like the most, like it just tastes like a raw fucking fruit."
No, it was a bit more pungent than I was expecting, but I still finished it.
God, I can't do that. I was listening to a podcast today, and he was saying his grandpa was like a bloke, like a real blokey bloke, and like he was a veteran, and he'd always eat his mandarins whole, just with the skin on and everything. And he said, "Fuck, why don't you peel it?" He's like, "Mate, if we ever had one of these in the war, you'd either peel it and get shot, or eat it and fucking carry on. You're not in Nam anymore."
One weird sort of thing that I kind of got from watching my stepdad. I don't know if you guys will find this weird or not.
Cock
But
up the ass.
every like, oh no, no. So, fuck.
my secret's out now.
No, like every mandarin slice, shine it up to the light. Like put it up to the light before you eat it to see if there's seeds in
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I do that before. I can't eat a mandarin slice without doing it now, and it's just a good thing to do.
I used to do that.
I don't know. Do you guys find weird like because I've always wondered this. It's the sweet and salty thing, and it's not weird to me or hopefully most people because you have like cheese and fruit platters and jams and stuff. But like I'll eat feta cheese and I'll put like I'll piece it with a bit of watermelon or a bit of mandarin, and it's like the whole like sweet and salty thing.
I've never done it to that degree.
But yeah, like my dad had showed me that, and then I was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Like I don't have to do it, but
Yeah.
I will do it.
I think I do something a little weird when I cook, right? So in a lot of cooking, people
What is that? Why is it black?
It's a scab. You know our scab buddies?
Big
She's
piece-
gone.
Big piece of Aiden jerky.
yeah.
Down the hatch. No,
It's frightening. Stop.
So you look at a lot of people, and when they cook,
I heard the fucking like bit of glass. Not going. A lot of people when they cook.
yeah. So a lot of people when they cook, or probably most people when they cook, they try and have consistency in, you know, sort of like the size of their meat chunks or veg chunks and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
of course
fucking
you do.
chuck anything and everything
Well,
in a pan.
I just
That's
The- like-
fucked. I want everything to cook evenly.
well no. See, I want things to cook evenly, but the motto I sort of work by is consistent inconsistency, because you know. You're eating through, you know, let's say your favourite meal, or like, you know, you're hoeing into a fried rice or something, and all of a sudden you just get like a nice bigger bit of bacon, or you know, you get that bigger prawn, or you know,
I can only agree with you on this. It's unreal.
and
Yeah,
same thing, you know, you're chewing into your curry, you're having a great time, you're really enjoying it, and you're like, oh, you know, that bit of meat, that was really juicy, that one didn't quite cook through all the way to the same degree as the others, and that made it that little bit special as opposed to it just being uniform.
I guess it's slightly different for me. Like I agree with that, but I'm only different in the sense that like I cook a lot of chicken and I dice up my chicken, and you sort of don't want to. Obviously, you don't want it to overcook, but it's one of those things that you need to make sure it's cooked properly.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
want all your pieces even, but I'll usually make sure I have a couple pieces that are not by much, but obviously bigger than the rest. So they're the ones that I check, and I know if they're cooked, then the rest is cooked.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna say something. Let's trace back our steps. You were saying something. I was gonna say something after. What was this? Oh yeah,
Fruit and
yeah, your
cheese.
fruit and cheese thing. So everybody's seen it. Ratatouille, the movie.
Which
Pretty-
one?
Ratatouille.
Oh yeah.
With the rats
Yeah.
of the chefs.
So we actually talked about that in the last one, I think, as well. There was a bit of that. Oh yeah, the octopi. So there was a part in that where Remy, I believe, his fat little rat brother, who just eats diapers for some reason.
Brilliant.
He gets him to try something nice, close his eyes, see the colours, and like just expand his taste buds. And he gets him to eat a bit of strawberry and cheese together. Fucking phenomenal. I tried it and it's unreal. Like the creamy texture with like the sweet juices. Fuck, it's good. Yeah,
It's,
you get an
it's the same principle, man. You know what? We're gonna sound like such uncultured fucks by saying this shit like it's news. Like, guys, you gotta
Alan's
try
lollies
cheese.
have been doing it for years.
This just in.
Yeah.
This just in tomato sauce and carrots. Fucking disgusting. Don't do it.
Look, obviously, if I probably couldn't do it now. You know what? Nah, give me a fucking carrot.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I used to love a raw carrot peeling that. It was just like I'm sharpening a fucking blade.
Yeah, I used to like peeling potato with just a knife. That always seemed fun.
You're the white kid who didn't quite get pushed far enough to shut up at school.
Ouch.
Thinking about
Ouch.
weird things to eat. My dad grew up till he was about 9, 10 in a village in Turkey, right? Like, no running water, they had electricity, but not like as we sort of know it, I guess.
How many
But
amps? How
No
many
running
volts?
water. Yeah. Anyway, so like
1
it's
and
a
2.
it's a village of like 500 people, and there's 2 televisions in the village.
Oh,
if that
decent.
makes sense. And that was just before he left.
So
And-
pushing third world.
But he's like, well, yeah, I guess so. Like, there's a bus that goes to the nearest town, and like all the cities are
First,
still.
sorry, the pushing second.
Well, all the cities and stuff there were first world, I guess, but the villages and the little towns he wouldn't class as that. And he like their favorite breakfast was they'd make bread with sultanas through it, and then they'd just get milk and sugar and just dip the bread in the milk. I was like,
And then pour the sugar on top of the soggy bit
No.
of bread.
the sugar would be in the milk, so it was
Oh,
like
nice.
sweetened milk. And I thought about it, like, because when I first heard that, I was like, that's fucking weird. And then I thought about it recently, and I went,
French toast.
really?
Yeah, I reckon it sounds
that'd
pretty
be
good,
good, yeah. But they'd cut like a cow once a year, and Dad was saying the meat from that cow would have to last like their whole family for that year. Like, that was it. They didn't have much
Yeah,
meat,
right.
but because they had. But I guess they got enough protein. Like, that, Dad reckons they didn't get sick and stuff because they just ate like. Well, there's bulk legumes and shit, right? Like chickpeas and lentils, and also just heaps of yogurt.
Food's a lot
Turks
better.
put
yeah.
yogurt with fucking everything. Like,
Yogurt's good.
like
Yogurt.
like this Turkish pasta, like, so it's called manta, and really they just mix pasta, how I've had it anyway, it's like yogurt and then like chili paste and garlic mixed through it, and then the pasta into that. It's fucking unreal. It's like
What
little
type of
it's like tortellini. Like, it's got like little meatballs in it. It's fucking good. Yogurt with everything. Yogurt is just dip, but everything needs dip. It's real weird.
It's it probably just like comes to be a sauce, you know, like as
Yeah.
much of a staple as barbecue sauce
Or
is in
tomato
America.
sauce. Yeah,
it's-
essentially that's what yogurt is.
Yeah, for yogurt, I don't necessarily define as a dessert or like another food, but it's not something you'd have with warm food. But as soon as he said like put chili flakes and garlic in it, I'm like, fuck, that's. a
Yeah,
dinner
now you're talking like sweet
Yeah,
chili
it's
Philly, like
It's
now
but it's like, yeah, it's different. It's not fucking yogurt with vanilla beans through it. It's like,
yeah,
Oh, I love a good vanilla, but the French
yeah,
Oh,
a
fuck.
vanilla yogurt. Oof. Oof.
getting blood in it just thinking about it.
Yeah, you guys say I'm weird for like enjoying, you know, something like a plain vanilla ice cream, but you know, you get like a nice vanilla ice cream and it's 10 out of 10. You know, it's not too rich. You don't feel sick after it. And you're just like, no, that was good.
I don't
Whereas-
so much feel that way about vanilla ice cream.
Well, yeah, see, but if I get a chocolate ice cream, 9 times out of 10, it's like it's either too rich or like there's like, I don't know, there's gross bits of thick, heavy fudge.
but
I
Yeah,
can't
syrup
go to
or
the
something
shop
like that.
and just get a vanilla ice cream. Like, it is
It's
the
gotta be
base.
extravagant.
It is the base. How fucking dare you?
No,
Really?
see,
No,
because
how
you
how
can just
dare
enjoy the simplistic little things. Like you
Mate,
don't
if
have
you
like,
to
like
have
half
the
a loaf of raw, like
yeah,
standard
exactly,
bread.
exactly.
If your
You
life is
fucking-
that bad, you've got to look forward to like simple fucking vanilla ice cream.
No, well, I mean, I
Harper's
don't.
like, mate, let me tell you something. You dust a tiny little bit of cinnamon over that, you will come.
But see, that's exactly like the thing. I wouldn't get something like a big chocolate fudge, Cornetto or something like that, because there's too much. So like it's all in the end it just tastes like shit. So you get something nice.
What?
You get something.
Now,
You get something nice like a plain vanilla ice cream. You just
I'm gonna turn your
dust a
mic
little
off.
cinnamon
Who the
or something
fuck
on
are
it.
you?
It's like
Hi, welcome to Wales Central with Joel and Aiden.
Look, the only way I could eat vanilla ice cream at home was if I just drowned it in fucking Ice Magic, chocolate topping, and
Yeah.
mushed it all up like every kid does, or just Milo.
yeah,
tell
Milo was always
Yeah,
good.
you know what? You know what's crazy? I didn't have Milo on ice cream until like last year. I'd never heard of it until then. And like my girlfriend and my stepdad all thought that my mum must have neglected me as a child, because that's fucked apparently.
I
But
think that now too.
Yeah, you are. A little
you know what? You know when's the only time? Not the only time, but on top of the 2 times Joel just said, the best time to have vanilla ice cream, or the only time to have it, is if it's almost completely melted.
True.
That is good.
Then it's different.
That is really good.
Then it's just sweet milk, isn't it? Milkshake, thick shake,
Pretty much.
whatever. Yeah, and you got to stir it up so it's one big mush, and then you just thick shake on a spoon.
This
See, I
normally-
really like a vanilla milkshake. Do you guys what's what's the go there?
I can do it. I
I
like
can get
vanilla
around a good
oak
vanilla
or
ice
a vanilla flavored milk, but it's usually like a vanilla malt.
If there's chocolate or something good on the table, I'm mostly going to go with that. But this is what I was going to say. This mostly happens when I've got a missus and you go out to buy food and lunch and dinner all the time.
Which is often for Joel.
Yeah. Like, I'll be sitting there, I was like, fuck, this sounds like it could be really good. And I'll go through like a 3-month phase of saying that to myself, and majority of the time it turns out shit, or like small serving, and I'm not like fulfilled. I'm like, fuck, shit, just got a chicken schnitzel. That's when like I'll look at the milkshakes and they'll be like choc mint or like something else, and I'll just go either chocolate or vanilla. Just something plain so I won't be disappointed.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You like it because it's a guarantee. But
Yeah.
Josh, let's dissect this a little bit. Do you believe that's because would you classify yourself as not a risk taker?
No, I don't think that. I think it more so
Denial.
just comes from
Something non-risk taker would say. Yeah.
Like-
Carry on. Basic
I don't
bitch.
like heavy, rich foods. Like if I'm looking at a chocolate cake or a carrot cake, I'm going to go with the carrot cake, because the carrot cake more likely is going to be light and fluffy. It's not heavy, and I don't feel sick like a dog after eating it. I don't feel like putting my fingers down my throat and throwing
Quick
up.
question.
Like I've seen both of you feel
I'm
before
actually tearing up
after
with you,
that
man.
sort of thing.
So
Okay.
So you get like a nice light, cream cheese and lemon zest icing over the top of your carrot cake.
I feel attacked.
That's what I'm going with. You guys feel attacked.
Here's the thing.
I feel attacked.
stop. So here's the thing. I'm going to say Harper's on one end of this. Joel's on the absolute opposite end.
I'm
Yeah.
on the fucking
And
highest end of this.
I
spectrum.
am. I am a little bit more in the middle. Like I like lemony, like light desserts as well. Like if I see a carrot cake or a chocolate cake, I'll be fairly on the fence. And actually, I think often in that strict scenario, I'd probably almost take the carrot cake as well. However, I was at San Churro the other day.
Death by chocolate.
Nah, that's not what I had.
that's too bad.
But I had like this fucking this hot chocolate thing that they do. It's new, and it's literally like
Is it the ball?
I don't know. It's called the Monk, and it's like it's like drinking dipping sauce. But I've got this thing in my head where I can't let food go to waste, and I couldn't drink anymore. It was so rich. I felt so sick, so I shot at it because I had to. And like seriously, I don't know where I was leading with this, but Josh, you're a fuckwit. Like,
There's not much more pleasures in this world than eating yourself sick and then taking a massive shit. Look, I'm a sucker for a good fucking carrot cake. I love them to death. But if there's a carrot cake sitting there that doesn't look exceptionally moist and nice,
you're hitting the chocolate cake. I get that.
and there's a chocolate cake there named at San Churros, death by chocolate, I'm going to go the fucking piece of chocolate that's going to put me in a coma.
You know what I'll do over either of those? Just about anything with caramel. I don't know. I seem to be like one of the few people. I'm just really into it.
I'm not too big on it.
I enjoy caramel, but it just comes back to that simple thing. If it's going to be too rich and sweet, and I'm not going to enjoy it anyway.
How fucking dare you?
Dude, a caramel mud cake fucked my life up. Honestly, insert it into my anus. I will take it any way
I
possible.
was
All right, give me a Coles like caramel mud cake, and I'll smash it. That's sick.
Josh, look, I
But
know you
like,
say you're into...
Cheesecake Factory one? Nah. not for me.
Fuck off.
Go.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Go to my
So,
house.
Josh, so you look, I get that, right? So you like those lighter foods, and you don't want to hit something too heavy.
No, it must be.
How is
getting
half a
late.
loaf of fucking bread, mate? Because I know that one slice of bread fairly light, but that's a lot of carbs. You're gonna feel full. You're gonna feel sick.
All right, look,
he's a-
I
What is
didn't
wrong
in
with
myself eat a whole half loaf of bread. It was between 6 people that we would, each person would sort of have a slice.
Look, guys, sorry, I'm just. Fuck, that just fell away. It's getting fucking warm.
Heated arguments. That's
Oh, no.
sound of an Arnott's chat dipped in some
Mm-mm.
No,
Chris's
it's a Coles brand.
Coles
Woolies brand.
Oh, Woolies
Ooh.
brand. Even worse.
Even worse. Oi, Coles brand. The
Collective.
absolute Coles is better than Woolies.
Fuck
Fuck
off.
off if you think
Guaranteed.
different.
You guys only say that because you work there.
No, that
No,
gives us
it
the
was-
right to make the decision.
Woolies is fucking rubbish. All their home brand is shit compared to Coles.
It is
Coles
trash.
home brand rice cream. I used to fucking live on that in a tin. Just fucking crack it open, get the spoon, condensed milk, rice. Fucking delicious.
So it's shit rice. It's instant rice pudding.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate rice pudding. Rice cream is fucking delicious.
Question, because I've been meaning to bring this up. What's your least favourite rice? Because mine has to be just straight white rice. Straight white, like shitty, hard, pointy, like the crappier, smaller version of basmati. I feel like basmati is my second least favourite rice. This is a weird thing for me to have an opinion on,
I
but
hate hard pointy rice.
I hate hard, pointy rice. And it doesn't absorb shit as well.
No, it
I
doesn't.
love risotto rice.
Oh,
I
dude,
like-
it sucks at everything in. Like,
Yeah,
it
it's so fucking
gets
good.
all the flavours in it.
Unreal. Brown rice is good because it's good for you and it's got like a different sort of texture.
Yeah, it's
Black
got-
rice looks cool, better for you again. Doesn't even taste that bad. Like, it doesn't taste bad. Basmati, good if it's cooked well. I've discovered recently, again, Mum, I love you, but like rice used to be better when you used to do it in the pot. Ever since you got a rice cooker, you must not put enough water in or something. It's fucking rubbish.
I
And
can't
did
even
say-
picture what a rice cooker would look like. Just put it in a fucking pot, honestly.
Do you not have a rice cooker?
No.
Do you have a rice cooker?
Yeah, I got like 2.
What do you do with it?
You put the
You
rice
put
in
rice
the
in
fucking
it and it
cooker,
cooks it.
and you put it with water, and then it just does that. It's like an instant set. What else
Do
do
you
you
just
reckon
plug
you
it
cook?
into a PowerPoint or something?
Yeah.
What else do you reckon you cook in a rice cooker?
I mean, couscous probably.
I feel like it's an air fryer, really.
I've got an air fryer.
Yeah, I've got an air fryer.
I did not have an air fryer.
I wasn't convinced. I didn't know about it, and then, mate,
Still tastes better in an oven.
Yeah,
not if
there's-
you
I
pour
reckon
oil
there's
over the air
something-
fryer. Just like an oven you don't have to fucking wait for.
There's something hardy about cooking something in the oven. Like you get all the cooked in flavours of every meal you've ever cooked in.
Because you don't clean your oven.
No,
Talking
our
pizzas.
oven is immaculate compared to most ovens.
I'm talking pizzas. I'm talking pies. Infants.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Oh my god. I don't know. Like,
I'm keeping that. That's good.
No, you can't keep it.
you know what's crazy? It's a demographic I'm just about willing to lose.
It's a demographic that probably isn't listening all that much.
No, they're
And they're definitely not listening
They
on
might
premium.
be listening to this because it's free.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're definitely not listening to it on premium or YouTube Red.
Anytime anybody says red, I'm just like Pornhub or RedTube.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
That was my childhood. Not because I watched it, but because that
It's
was,
the only porn site you heard of, hey?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, everyone's like, oh, you heard of RedTube? Because it sounds like YouTube.
yeah, exactly.
And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, the thing is, type in and you see all the videos of everything. Yeah, but hot videos.
Hot. Wow. I'm going to say that we probably have...
2 podcasts here.
No, well, I was going to say a solid just hour and 20.
Yeah.
Or
got
do
quite
we,
a bit.
maybe we just keep going.
We're going
Like,
now
we've got a
24.
good roll. And I,
I reckon we stop this and go and get a pizza.
I could definitely.
And
do
then
that.
we'd be probably going home after that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
I don't know why you have to ask that every time.
I just like to double check because remember before we've gone.
Because some of us get to work at 9:30 and have to wake up at 7. It's fucking hard.
We get there at 7:30. Thanks, mate.
So
really not that much after Josh.
Hey, come on, that depends.
What time do you usually get to work?
7.
Yeah.
God, he's got you. Yeah, I'm not too different.
You get to work heaps early usually, don't you?
Yeah, I do, but I start at 6:30, which is not that different from 7.
Why do
I
you get to
wish I
work so
started
early?
earlier.
Just
I
'cause-
just like it. I hate
Is it
getting
OT? Is it essentially
God,
OT?
no. I don't get paid to get there early.
It's just that you hate the idea of like, being in that rush when you're...
I rush there anyway. I rush to work and I sit on my ass for half an hour. I hate getting to work and then having to go straight into work. If I can't sit down, have a coffee, and scroll through my phone and go, time to do some work, it's not worth it. If I get there, because I park a bit away from the job site, so I don't need to pay for parking, and I ride in and I put the bike away, grab my hard hat, and they're doing the toolbox talk, I feel like I'm behind.
Wow, that's different. Hey, I reckon for me, I'm usually there. Like I know at least last year when I was doing carpentry, I'd get there, and first thing I'd usually do is, like, I'd get there first just so I could start setting up, just so I was like ahead of things.
Yeah,
And then, like, it's sort of the first thing I do. And now if I get to work, I kind of get what Joel means a little bit more, but mostly I get there and pretty much just want to get done the medial shit I wanted to do.
I find
Which I
if
feel
I...
like is a waste. Because I feel like my mind's working best sort of like an hour after I wake up. Like, it's most alert, probably would do its best work. Instead, I'm just handing out slop at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just
like
shit writing.
I think the way I do it is I sort of wake up not at the latest time possible, but you know, from the second I wake up in the morning, it's, you know, we're on. I'm thinking about work. I'm thinking about what I got to do. Thinking about getting ready. You know, what challenges have I got coming up. If I get to work and then stop for, you know, half an hour and sit there and just look at my phone and zone out or something, or even if I'm just sitting down to have breakfast, as opposed to just having it on the go while I'm doing things, I think at that point everything just sort of goes out the window. I get distracted, or, you know, time takes I take a bit too long doing something or whatnot. It just takes away from the high impact, high energy approach that I'm taking to what I'm about to do.
Yeah, I feel that, but the thing that I do is I feel like that in the morning, and I drive to work, and as soon as I get to work, it goes out the window. But I have gotten there so early, I have enough time to rest and rebuild that energy.
Yeah.
And go out there. The coffee's kicking.
Smart.
Yeah.
And like Aiden said, I do like to get out there and like get everything set up, like especially if I'm enjoying the work. But on the job site that I am now, you wait for the toolbox talk, and then everybody goes out on site. So
You guys have one every day.
yeah, we do. And then we have bigger ones on like Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Do you?
Yeah, how do you get any work done?
Yeah, it's a miracle.
Do you guys feel like? Do you feel like you rely on coffee, Joel? I could almost answer yes for you on your behalf, really.
In winter, fucking hell, yes. I'm like a fucking kiln inside of me, just burning.
Get out of the kiln.
Don't get in the
Like
kill.
the amount of work I get done on 2 coffees compared to 1, it's not even like the caffeine, it's more the comfort. I feel warmed up, like
Yeah, it's a little bit of a morale booster.
yeah.
Like even if you're just drinking a rubbish coffee, you're sort of like, oh, that's sort
Yeah.
of warm. You know, that just makes me a
Yeah,
little
at that
happier.
stage where I have a rubbish coffee and I can taste like the burnt bean, at that stage I'm like, at least it's some caffeine. Like I'm not addicted to caffeine, but
You use it like treat coffee as the drug and tool it is. Like at that point, like you're
Yeah.
not thinking about, oh fuck yeah, this is a good coffee.
Exactly.
You're going, fuck, this will at least get me going.
yeah, like I used to think about IPA and like some craft beers. There's so like many different flavors you can get out of a coffee, and I don't like coffee for the caffeine because I'm addicted to it. I love the taste of coffee.
Yeah, me
It
too.
gets me rock hard. I fucking love it.
I actually really enjoy like Kahlua and Bailey's and like Tia Maria and that sort of stuff, purely because they're a coffee liqueur. I'm like, oh yeah, give me some of that. That's
See,
good.
I like a coffee liqueur, and I liked it before I started liking coffee, because I probably didn't actually start liking coffee, actually start enjoying coffee, until 2 months ago. Before that, I'd have coffee, but you drink coffee as a social thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what I do. Like I do it as a social thing. Like you have a coffee with the group of people you're with. Now I'm sort of like I'll go downstairs. I'll be like, fuck, actually keen for a coffee, and sometimes I'll treat it just for the drug it is, and sometimes I go,
Yeah. Like
no, I just feel like one. Like I just feel like it's something that, whilst isn't ideal, it's a drink that's actually not that bad for me, either. Like it's not like drinking fucking a soft drink or
it's like
whatever.
anything. If you have too much of it, it's going to be bad for you. But
Yeah, but
I think it's good to set rules around that sort of thing. Like I've got a rule, unless someone like buys me a coffee, I try not to do coffee after 1 o'clock. Just because whether it really affects my sleep or anything like that, I just don't want to get into the habit of, having that sort of thing on such a regular basis.
yeah, I have a similar but not completely different, like not completely the same rule, but I try and make sure that I'm not having a coffee more than 3 days during the weekday, like 3 out of 5 weekdays. But I don't want to get my body to the state where I'm relying on it. Like I can wake up and just no, like Joel's sitting next to me making a face because he punches in like 10 a day.
yeah, I have 2 every morning before 7
Jesus.
o'clock.
Yeah, right. I
Dart 2 or
Only when I'm feeling good.
only when I need to mellow me back down.
Yeah.
No, just so my body's not relying on it. Like it's just treat it for the drug it is, but I'm starting to get to the point when I do. It's enjoyable to have one.
My only rules around coffee is if for a large it's over $5, don't do it.
Smart.
And 3 day max. Because I did 4, and it's just I lose everything I love about the feeling of like the caffeine rush.
yeah.
And I just feel like sick. And everybody gets coffee shits. I think
Yeah,
I've had so much
there's
coffee
like a
now.
laxative effect
I
to
no
them,
longer
like-
get coffee shits.
Oh no.
I do piss like a fucking 3-year-old girl though, or an infant. Like it's
That's
worse.
a really weird analogy to make.
Yeah, I
dude.
don't know. I don't know if they piss a lot. I assume so because they're just like young and they just fucking do what they want. So it doesn't help that it's cold, and like when you're cold, your organs squeeze a bit. I guess your bladder shrinks and you piss a bit more. And
Yeah, I mean, your whole body just sort of tenses up a little, and like different muscles. You know what I find, not quite weird, but it's almost like a little loophole. If I really need to go to if I need to take a poo,
take a shit.
and for some reason I don't want to use like a site toilet or a customer's toilet or something like that,
You'll do it in your van.
well, no, I'll take a pee instead, and then that way that just releases.
Some of the pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you're not, your muscles aren't as active and contracting as much, so you're just actually like, oh, actually, hang on, I can
You're
hold this for
amazing.
another
You were
half hour or
so
so.
much more evolved than me.
No, I do that.
I'm weak for a poo pain. If
I-
a poo is coming out, it's going out.
No, I'm with Josh on this, but like you try not to hold stuff in for too long. Have
Yeah.
we got back to poo? I swear we talk about poo.
It's poo,
before.
porn,
Which we did touch on RedTube.
and oh shit!
Fuck.
Fuck, I said
God
shit
damn
again.
it.
God damn it! No, yeah, that's bad.
Fuck, I had something for this. The coffee thing. Oh, a couple things. One, it bugs me to know that caffeine. Pretty sure I read, and I could be wrong, and I've barely remember the article because I don't remember any of the actual scientific terminology. But it doesn't actually, like caffeine. Instead of boosting you up, it doesn't. It just blocks what makes you sleepy.
Yeah, right.
So, all the energy you had before, like all the energy you have after a coffee, I guess you already had, but it was just sort of harder to access. And also, that morale booster thing, do you reckon that works with any warm drink?
Yeah, because I'll
Tea
almost have
or-
the same effect. Yeah,
Hot chocolate will put me to bed.
if a customer offers me like a cup of tea or something,
But tea
that'll
has
warm me
caffeine
right
as
up.
well, though.
Yeah, that's true, but not to the same extent.
More caffeine in tea than coffee.
Really?
Yeah, but I think less of it gets absorbed into the water depending on how long you have the tea bag in. But there's more caffeine in tea than coffee, but
Yeah,
you
right.
sort of get less caffeine out of tea
Yeah.
than coffee because it's harder to absorb in the water.
Is it because it just sits there? And like with a bean, you've got it in a fine grind, and
Well,
s-
it
you
dissolves
squeeze- you
essentially
tamper
if
it,
it's
yeah.
like instant, and I don't know. I'll quickly have a Google while you guys continue chatting.
If you know how people like, I believe more like English people do this, and they've got the pot, and they've got the tea like infuser, and you put it in the
Yeah.
teapot instead of like a bag that you could argue filters out.
Yeah, so like proper tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
proper tea. I've never had that. Do you reckon it's good?
It is
I've
good. I
got
love
one
it.
at home, I use it every now and then.
I actually really rate tea. I rate tea really highly.
Yeah, right. I don't. I'll have a tea, but I won't go out of my way and get a fucking tea because I'm not an idiot.
Like depends if you have, there's a Tetley tea bag or something like that, like an Earl Grey tea bag or something like that, and it's it's mediocre. It's there, but everyone's sort of eh. Whereas you can get you can go to a good place and get something where they specialise in a good tea, and you're like, oh, actually, wow, this is really good.
Like tea too.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure like plenty of cultures do it, but like Turks when they make tea, they have like this big 2-layered sort of kettle that goes on the stove, and the bottom's all full of water, and then the top's all full of like tea leaves, and tea bags, and then they like mix the two together when they do it. But yeah, the whole tea thing, I'm into it.
I mean,
So-
realistically, tea is really just leaves and water.
While brewed coffee does have more caffeine than steeped tea, it's because coffee is a stronger drink. So there's more coffee. Tea leaves actually contain more caffeine than coffee beans. That's before brewing. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
what we were saying before.
Yeah. So if we
Two-
got
2 cups of tea equals 1 cup of coffee on average.
the little handle thing, God, I wish I still remember the term of it.
The group head.
A group head, and stuffed it full of tea leaves, tempered it down, made it compacted it nice and tight.
Be fucking awful to drink, but yes.
Let's give it a go.
I think we'd have to like, if we ground the tea leaves up.
Yeah. All right. Put in a little grinder or something.
Yeah. But how much like would you have to put in? Like surely some of it's leaking through. You reckon?
Of what the leaf?
Nah, probably not.
Dude, imagine that if it like significantly stronger than coffee. Imagine if you just like fucking liquid cocaine off of a tea leaf.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's just double a cup of coffee. Really. It would maybe not even double. It would just be a slightly stronger cup of coffee, I think.
Well,
But it would maybe not taste as good. How would you brew it? You'd have to have it with milk and sugar, or at least milk.
Yeah,
cup
maybe.
of mud, mate. Just fucking hot water.
Holy.
How do you guys like if you just have a tea, just a simple like run of the mill tea? How do you have it?
Usually white one sugar, but I have a bit of green tea, which I'll usually
Yeah,
just have
okay.
straight, or just with a bit of honey, maybe some lemon or something.
See, I'm not even experienced enough in tea to comment. I said white. Aiden said, what did you say?
He
I
said white with
I
one.
said milk, and he said white with one, which is
Yeah.
terminology. I don't feel that.
Yeah. Do you guys do herbal tea? Get
Yeah.
around it.
I rate it.
Oh,
Weed? Yeah. No, sorry. No.
Nah, it's not that sort of podcast, guys. Hashtag legalize it.
Doing it right now. You gotta get the spit in your mouth. Chew your tongue. Produce more saliva. Put your face upside down. Pull, 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 pull. I didn't have much more pulls left. I fucking drowned on that saliva.
That was just spit, guys.
Hey, Aiden, did you ever watch The Big Les Show
Yeah.
to its entirety?
Not through its entirety, but
God, it was a good show.
like plenty of it. I watched at least all of like the first couple of seasons.
Yes.
What a
Fucking
quality
unreal.
quality entertainment.
Question. Well, like whilst we're chatting and fuck it, let's go a bit political. If you guys feeling it.
Can do it.
Thoughts on drugs and like maybe not thoughts on drugs, but thoughts on legalizing at least marijuana and other drugs.
I see nothing
Maybe this
bad coming out of it.
Me neither. I feel like this is a topic we should go into
What's
more
the difference
depth another
between
day.
legalizing it and a safe injecting rooms?
Yeah, it just comes down to that question of people are going to do it regardless. Let's legalize it and regulate it.
And at least make some tax money off it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's going to happen either way. And, like, pretty sure... So, the whole war on drugs started. This is my understanding of it.
To raise revenue, wasn't it?
Well, essentially, so they just got rid of prohibition. So alcohol was just allowed again in the United States. They got rid of prohibition. So the head of the FBI, he needed something else. So he declared a war on drugs. And that's all it is. Like, it's the worst idea I can see. Like, drugs aren't really for me. We know this. Like, I'm not into it, but people should sort of be allowed to do what they want to. And you know what? To some extent, like, natural selection too, isn't it? Like, it's your own choice. Yeah, I think do what you wanna do, be what you wanna be.
It's amazing when people argue, like, no, you chose to, like, keep doing it. But once you've, like, because I'm, like, obviously I can stop whenever I want, but let's just say for the sake of this, I'm addicted to caffeine. And, and like,
Can you stop whenever you want?
can stop whenever you want. Like, it's just, you say that in the moment, but it's so much deeper than that. Like, it's, your body is, like, biologically just, like, craving, like, just fucking shooting.
So this is where we get into the point of, so this is physical addiction as
Mental
opposed to psychological addiction. So I don't actually think so. A drug like, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I watch a fair few docos. I'm pretty sure marijuana, most drugs aren't actually physically addictive. They're they can be very psychologically addictive, not physically addictive. Heroin and opioids, I should say, opioids and of the like, they are very physically addictive to the point where some people, one hit and you're hooked. Some people have been known, like, there's actually cases of some people to be able to like, just do it like once or twice a year just for a good time with their buddies, and then that's it. Like, it's pretty wild.
Dude, I saw this thing on TV, and this, like, they went on this show to clean their two daughters of an ice addiction, and, like, their parents just let them do it in their house because they're like, we told them to stop once and they just kept doing it, so we're coming on the show. Like, how fucking weak do you have to be to let your two, like, 26-year-old daughters live at home and just fucking
I think I have heard this.
smoke
It's
crack
absolute-
in the bedroom?
It's completely fucked.
Dumb
that.
as dog shit.
Like, again, like I said, I don't think we should legalize everything.
No.
I don't think some stuff's acceptable, but, like, fuck that.
I think the fact is it just needs to be regulated. Make things available, because once you take away a criminal market, that reduces most of the risk. You know, the reason some of these things are so bad is because I'll commit everything I have to getting this next fix, whether it be killing someone or doing something bad to get money just to get this fix. If I can now get that in a way that doesn't involve all
I knew it
those
was
other
fucking
things.
you.
It's not me.
I knew it was you who put
It's
the locks
not
on
me.
this fucking
It
table.
has to
It's
be.
not me. I only just did it. It's never on my wheel.
It's always.
It's on all four wheels, Aiden.
I know you fucking crawl around while Harper and I are talking up in the distance here. Ratatouille.
Sorry, Josh. Carry on.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of reducing the risk that's around it, because you're never going to take away that thing happening regardless.
Do you think, though, that so it would come down to, like, a responsible service issue? I think at that
Yeah.
point, like a responsible service of alcohol, you'd have, like, a responsible service of drugs or whatever. Like, I think some of it would obviously get to the point where, like a smoking addiction or an alcohol addiction or whatever, you go, mate, you gotta stop, and your family would try and intervene, or whoever. The same sort of stuff would happen. But do you think there'd become a criminal market with it that would be similar to that, like pharmaceuticals, like prescription medicines, or it would, like, there'd still definitely be a criminal market? Don't get me wrong, I don't think, at least from what we see in the media, the criminal market for prescription medicine isn't as severe as that of something like a outright banned substance, but it would
It's
they'd
gonna
still be
happen.
doing, no
It'd
matter
have to
what, there'll
happen.
be people doing the wrong thing, but I reckon we could just make it a lot easier on everyone. And they see with countries overseas where they do legalize stuff that it seems to be all sweet.
If the government supplied it and it was like the drugs were cheap and like they
So
gave
hard
out
to
correct
do, though.
proportions and whatever, I don't think, because some of the dangerous parts about taking drugs is you don't know what's in it because people are trying to get the most bang for their buck.
Yeah, exactly.
So if the government makes it cheap and just put the right shit in it, how are criminals going to make money off this thing that they're selling for so cheap anyway? Like,
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
so hard to sell cheap. Like, have you got? So I seen the Gordon Ramsay documentary, which was weird, a weird thing for him to do, but he did one on cocaine, and it was actually really, really good. And I seen how it was made.
oh, awful, dude.
Fucking hell! Like I'm thinking about it. I don't know if there's another way to do it, but you can't.
Aren't
You
they
can't legalize that. Like you can't. We can't sell that. We're like
Yeah.
like what they did was
they in
they
a
got the
jungle or
leaves.
something?
They threw cement powder
Yeah, like
in
tar.
with it with
Shit.
other shit, and then they just drown it in like kerosene, and then they do it in like gasoline, all this different shit.
Fucking disgusting.
Like this is a
black,
full
bubbly fucking oil.
Oh, it's a
pretty
full
much.
Jamie pull that shit up moment. Like it's real serious shit.
I wouldn't be
man.
surprised if like the government hired him to do that to make it, but like fuck, cocaine's really bad for you. And cocaine's actually just like a bark off a tree. You just rub it and it's there.
No, it was
It was
crazy because
disgusting.
like
No
It-
wonder it
well, I-
supposedly makes your shit stink.
I've heard that too. What I found though is as I've grown older and like seriously haven't done it myself, but there seems to be, and you guys can testify to that, but there seems to be like a normality around it. Like
Yeah, it's odd.
when you're younger and you go, holy, like this is fucked. Like it can't.
Any type
I
of
don't
drug.
see why people do this. You get all the information, you get all the facts around it, and then you get to you sort of, I want to say, just around the age of 20, and there just seems to be adults everywhere doing it. Like, when the fuck did this become?
Yeah, it's nearly so normal that
Like, when did this become socially acceptable? Like, when did this become okay?
Well, I think the fact is, this sort of thing has always been around. That's the core issue or the core fact. You're not going to get rid of it simply by saying, "Hey, you shouldn't do this." It's exactly the same with smoking cigarettes. People know it's bad for you. No one can see any good thing coming from it. There's better alternatives that solve the problems that people present, and you just cannot take away something that people want to do. You're not going to get rid of the problem altogether. You just need to approach it and regulate it in a way that makes it safer.
Yeah.
That's the core, the point. You can't. People are creative enough and people are manipulative enough that they will profit off an issue if they can. So the fact is, we need to take away people's ability to profit off the negative effects, that interact with other people.
Look, I'm sure we could touch more on this topic in a future podcast, talk plenty more about it.
Oh,
but
without a doubt.
I just thought it's not a bad topic, and somehow we got here. I don't know how we got here, but we got here.
Oh, this is actually a fun one. Let's recap. How did we get here? We were talking about weird food habits at one stage.
Well, let's go all the way back to the start. I kicked this off with dating.
Dating, best friend,
Yep.
and then somehow superpowers got mixed in,
Got mixed in
and then we went back to you, which
with pimples.
pimples, and then we went back to
We had a law change somewhere.
me was the law change, but somehow we've sort of if you could institute one global law sort of thing.
Maybe that's the Law Roll Institute. We
but
mandate a week where everybody has to try a drug.
I wouldn't make that my law, but
No,
you can
yeah.
make that your law.
Let's make it everybody has to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Bing part.
Hot damn.
So yeah, as sort of usual, we'd just like to reiterate to everyone that this is as much a bit of fun as it is about having a bit of learning. So if if people can just get involved and hit the like button, leave a comment, let us know what you're thinking, let us know how you're feeling about us all. Even if you're disagreeing with stuff that we're saying, we want to know about it because we want to interact.
We want to prove you wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a little bit of it, but no, we want you to prove us wrong. If we're saying the wrong stuff, we want you to hit us up about it and tell us we're idiots and we're doing the wrong. No, we just want to know. We want to know more and be more and just improve together with the people.
If you hate us, tell us.
Oh yeah, we want to know. We'll do up a chart of like
address.
People who hate us and love us, and if anyone's gonna love us. Anyways, if you made it this far, check out some of our other podcasts. Check out Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. Just get around it. Throw a shout out. See what happens. Thanks for listening, guys.
You might get $5. You probably won't. Let's see where it goes.
Alright, guys. Cheers for that. See you later.